Hi, all. Today we are going to talk about a very important word. The word is the soul. What is a soul? Because the whole salvation part is dependent on that word soul. A famous verse in the Bible. Uh, what does it profit a man if you gain the whole world and lose your soul? Right? So the soul is a very important word in the Bible, and it's a very important word for us to know what is the soul. And that word soul, it appears many, many times in the Bible. Let me share my screen, and I like to share my screen basically to show you that anything and everything is online, and you can search and look it up and do your own research, right? So let's look at this famous verse, Matthew 22:37 to 38. And Jesus said to him, "You shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your mind." And as you can see, your heart and your mind are totally separate from your soul, because the Bible is very detailed, and there are very specific words used, and we tend to just generalize the whole thing. But in this verse, as you can see, the word heart, soul, and mind, they are three different words. You'll worship the Lord your God, love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your mind. So what I did was you know, just did a Bible search on the word soul. And as you can see, there are many, many verses which talks about the soul. Psalm 33:19, to deliver their soul from death and keep them in famine. Proverbs 16:24, pleasant words are like a honeycomb, sweet to the soul and healing to the bones. Psalm 116:7, return to your rest, O my soul, for the Lord has dealt bountifully with you. Psalm 22:20, deliver my soul from the sword, my only life from the power of the dog. Ecclesiastes, then the dust will return to the earth as it was, and the spirit will return to God who gave it. But in this verse, the word used is spirit. In Psalm 103:1, a Psalm of David, bless the Lord, O my soul, and all that is within me, bless his holy name. Ezekiel 18:4, behold, all the souls are mine, the soul of the Father as well as the soul of the Son is mine, and the soul whose sins will die. James 5:20 is in the New Testament. Let him know that he who turns a sinner from the error of his way will save his soul from death and will cover a multitude of sin. So as you see, there are so many verses coming up which mentions the word soul. 1 Corinthians 15:45. So it is written, the first man, Adam, became a living soul. The last Adam became a life-giving spirit. Then let's look up New Testament words, right? Hebrews 6:19. This hope we have as an anchor of the soul, a hope both sure and steadfast, and one which enters within the veil. So there are so many verses with regard to the soul, right? And so what I did, I looked up the original meaning of the soul. So there is a Bible called the Interlinear Bible. Basically, it gives you the original text of the Hebrew or the Greek. Now, if you looked up, I just took, for example, Ezekiel 18:4. And if you look at the word soul, right, and the corresponding word in Hebrew, because this is Old Testament, it's either Aramaic or Hebrew. So the word soul in Hebrew or Aramaic is nephesh. The same word comes in Genesis 2:7. God created man, and you look at, he formed him a living. In certain translations, it is a being. Certain translation, it says a soul, and the corresponding Hebrew word is nephesh. Okay. And if you did look up, let me pull up a New Testament word. So 3 John 1:2, you can look up any verses and go back to the original Hebrew and Greek, and you're going to find the same word for the word soul. Now, I'm just showing a few examples. This is 3 John 1:2. Beloved, concerning all things, I pray you will prosper and be in good health, just as prospers your soul. That's the English word. And the Greek word, these are all transliterated words, the blue portion that is here. And you look at the word soul, and the corresponding word here is psyche. Okay. Now that was very interesting for me to know, because it was huge. Just to know that, psyche is soul. So I just made this thing to summarize, right? To just sum it up. Old Testament is written in Aramaic and Hebrew. The English word is soul. The Hebrew word is nephesh. As an example, Genesis 2:7, the word nephesh. The New Testament is written in Greek, and the English word is soul. The Greek word is psyche. The example that I have given is 3 John 1:2. You see the word psyche, right? So basically what is happening is we are a body, and let me put that there. We are a body. We have the mind and heart, which comes with the body, which is, your brain, and your heart is connected to your body, which is what the tangible portion or the physical part, which you can actually see, touch. That's the body, which has your brain does thoughts, and it's your mind is associated with your brain. But you also have a portion called the soul or the psyche. The definition of the word psyche, right? Psyche is used to describe the totality of the human mind, conscious and unconscious. In older English texts, the English word soul, sometimes used synonymously. Psychology is the scientific or the objective study of the psyche. Okay, and in etymology, if you see, the basic meaning of the Greek word psyche was life, and the derived meanings include spirit, soul, ghost, ultimately the self, in sense of a conscious personality or a psyche. Psychology, where you have different studies and over the years. The very interesting portion, what they say is that the conscious mind is only 10%, which is your intellect and your conscious mind, which has your willpower, short-term memory, logical thinking, critical thinking. This is just a tiny portion of the, as they say, the tip of the iceberg. But the major portion is coming over here, which is 90%, which is your subconscious mind or your psyche. It has your beliefs, emotions, habits, values, protective reactions, long-term memory, imaginations, your intuitions, and this is you. This is the soul part or the major part of you. Currently, what we know about us or you as a human being is so little, and the human is way bigger than we know it, right? So I'm going to sign off here and let you ponder over this thought about you being a soul and what is the soul. And you think about it. For now, it's bye-bye from me. Okay, bye-bye now.